get off. I freaking want you. I might be live now.
It's coming up to say you are upcoming at 10 past.
We'll try again. Welcome to Monday Night Golf Night. I don't know what happened then. We've had some technical difficulties. We did seem to be having a really good show up and going. Don't know quite what has gone on. Hopefully you can join us back. We can get the show back up and running. What I was saying was obviously I took a break last week from the Monday Night Golf Night. Just had a break from social media. My screen time was down 24%, which was brilliant. This week it's only down 7%. Obviously I've been more active this last week. I've also been out filming, getting stuff ready for our new series that's going to drop in a few weeks. So if you've not already, make sure you hit that like, share and subscribe button. Let us know, please. Now, I feel like we've gone from one extreme to the other extreme with this. I've raised a lot about vandalism, people being on the course damaging it with bikes, just mindless stupidity. And then the last week or so I've seen this, people taking divots on a green. You know, these are visitors or people who've paid a green fee, members even. You know, come on. I mean, that isn't just one divot. That somebody stood there and hit a few balls off that. Come on, you know, you're better than that. Now, I think if that were kids or somebody who weren't, the divots would be a lot bigger. That was quite a neat divot, as if somebody stood there practicing off a green. They know what they're doing. Come on, you're better than that, please. Also saw this one near a green. Now this one maybe putter damage. They've missed a putt, they've swiped the ball, they've caught the ground. We all do it. We've all sort of that frustration, but come on, let's just think a little bit. With the winter we've had, courses are just getting back in full swing. Green staff are spending hours and hours. I know loads of head greenkeepers 16, 17 hour days at the minute to try and get the course right. We don't need this. You know, they definitely don't need this. It must be soul destroying. They're putting in 80-hour weeks to come in and then find that on a green. Come on. I played a course yesterday. They'd clearly done a full maintenance work, the greens, everything. You could see there'd been a lot of hard work put in. If they come in this morning and saw that, it must be soul destroying. Plus the fact that you're paying either a green fee or you remember. Come on, let's sort it out, please. What I was saying before we had our technical difficulties, I'm really sorry, I'm very apologetic. We've had to cancel the golf day. I got a phone call last week off the pro that runs it just to say the course just isn't set up right. The course isn't right. It's not in good nick. Unfortunately, he's had to cancel it. He said he'd be in for a barrage of criticism or it wouldn't be fair on the players when you're putting in teams. So I'm unfortunately had to cancel it. We've ran this since February. I've got quite a few entries. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep them when he lets me know the new dates. If it works, I'll roll them over. Obviously, if you still want to enter, please do. But wait till I announce it more official. Don't do it on this one because we're still in the process of obviously delivering, getting round to the situation, finding out what's going on. Once I know more and it works, I will let you know more. Worst case, what I'll do, I'll just run a golf day. Take 3 of you, we'll go and play somewhere, have a day out, film it, have a good laugh. Okay, it was for you, the viewer. It wasn't necessarily for me. It was for you, the viewer. Hi, Simon. I'm glad you're back. Don't know what happened there. We've obviously had some technical difficulty. It just kept flagging up. I don't know why. Me and technology at the moment obviously don't go well. I don't know what's going on. As always, if you've got any questions, anything you want to ask, please drop it in the chat. Make sure we keep it golf related, please. Let us know. Anything you want to ask golf related, please, please, please drop it in the chat. If you just want to pop up, say hi like some people were doing, please do. Simon started us off with hello. Hello, Simon. Hope Amy's watching, one of our biggest fans. I think we're going to get Amy into golf. I know she's chomping at the bit. I think we can get her in. I really do. Obviously, anything golf you want, please let us know. But I'm going to start now. Obviously, I'll round up. Oh, we'll leave that up. The Myrtle Beach. Now, as you know, the qualifier was 8 YouTubers, 8 golfers to see what happened. That took place this weekend. Wow, Chris Gotterup. I've heard of his name a few times over the years. He's been around there a few years. I've heard his name. Finally got his win on the PGA Tour. Won by 6 from Alistair Doherty. I've not seen a lot of the footage yet. I'm hoping to maybe catch up on it this week. But I was quite excited. Obviously, we had the 2 Bryan brothers who were massive on YouTube. Unfortunately, they missed the cut. Wesley Bryan finished at -1. George Bryan finished at +1. The cut fell at -2. So, again, they weren't a million miles away, unfortunately. Big one, though. Matt Atkins, who won the Myrtle Beach qualifier, finished tied 46th at -6. But when Gotterup were at -22, it were a big ask. You know, that shows the quality of the fields. If you're not quite on your game at that level, you're going to get punished. You know, you're going to come away feeling like you're quite bad. And yet, Wesley Bryan actually shot under par for 2 rounds, but such was the level, you had to be a shot better just to make it to the weekend. That's the level now out there on the PGA Tour. Unbelievable. Then we move on to the signature event this week on the actual PGA Tour, or the bigger stage. It was the Wells Fargo Championship at Quail Hollow. This is a tournament that I've enjoyed now for numerous years. Rory won it back in 2010, was when it first sort of came on my map. I've really enjoyed it. It's always fallen in that kind of bit between the majors, prime position. It gets a good field. It's a good course. You get a lot of the top players wanting to play there. There's been some great rounds there. This weekend were no different. At one point, I watched quite a bit of it. It looked like Rory and Xander were playing a different course to everybody else. They were so far ahead. They were neck and neck going into Sunday. Sunday was a great round. Rory really kicked on. Won by 5. He got to -17. Xander Schauffele -12. Some absolutely great golf. But just to put it into context, Jason Day finished tied 4th at -6. You know, it was such. I think third place were -9. But it was only because I think Xander didn't really kick on. Now, opens that question with Xander Schauffele. He seems to me to have been put on this pedestal. Is he worth it? Is he at that level that people sort of hype him up to be? I don't think he is. He's a very good player, and I won't take that away, but you hear people talk, oh, it's Xander, it's Xander. If you listened on Friday to the commentary, they were giving him the tournament. You never win a tournament on a Friday that I'm aware of. Always on the Sunday. That's when it counts. That's when Rory stepped up, showed his class. Some of the golf Rory played, unbelievable. I watched him on Saturday night, par 5, they moved the tee back to carry a bunker with 335 yards to the back of the bunker. Rory's ball went straight over it. It waved as it were going past. Such was the quality. Xander hit his, he ended up in that bunker. Rory flew it. You know, it was a different league. You saw that if you watched anything on Sunday. Rory was absolutely unbelievable. The reason I mentioned Jason Day, what are his outfits? I don't know whether this is a genius marketing ploy or suicidal business. I really can't put my finger on it as to what it is, but when I look at the likes of what he's wearing, the other day he looked more like somebody out of Miami Vice from the 80s. Thursday he looked like he was one of the ground staff. We saw at Augusta what he's worn earlier in the season. Some of the outfits, he's creating a lot of attention on social media, so is it a marketing genius? But then, how many people are actually going to wear this? I saw the top he wore at Augusta at the Melbourne Championship. I'm sure it was something like $230. Who's going to pay that for that? It was hideous. You know, if that were maybe $40, yeah, I could see lads giving it away. The prices I was seeing, absolutely ridiculous. And I just couldn't get my head around it at all. Amy, question, where do we stand on general public walking on the golf courses? Doing no harm, just walking, obviously not while the game. Is it allowed? A lot of courses, I was explaining this fun enough to my camera woman yesterday. She was asking me because she's not very golf orientated at all, and she said, we keep seeing a lot of people walking on golf courses, and something I said was, I think when the pandemic hit, it didn't help. Now, go back before then, a lot of golf courses do have public footbaths, which I don't have a problem with. You know, it's how it is, it's sort of custom. Fine. stay to the public footpaths, be respectful, and obviously be safe. That's the big one for me. I feel though, since the pandemic, because golf courses were shut, nobody were there policing, people were going where they wanted. Obviously, golf then came back, you were allowed to play. They still want to go where they want. And I don't think they actually understand the serious danger they're putting themselves in. I would explain it to you know, people can hit a golf ball upwards over 100 mile an hour. That's like a bullet. If that hits you, that could kill you. Now, I don't have a problem, you know, people walking the dogs. I even saw horses yesterday. Lovely chat with a woman. Don't have a problem, but be respectful. Stay safe, please. That is my big fear at the minute, is somebody's going to get seriously hurt. And then it's who's responsible. And the way the world is at the minute, I can see it being the golf club or the golfer, and they haven't actually done anything wrong. It's that old word, there's a blame, there's a claim. Now, I would like to think common sense would prevail, and they would ask, were you on the public footpath? Had you checked? Had you done your safety checks? You know, apply that magic word, common sense. I feel it is sort of slipping. Like you say, I don't have a problem. Most, I would say 95% of the people I see on golf courses, some are out just for a good walk, some are out to walk the dogs, the horses. They're brilliant, they're so respectful, they're polite, they're courteous, they're etiquette. You can't fault it. Unfortunately, the 5% like to ruin it for the 95. You know, they want the dogs running on the greens, and it's like it's their playground. You're out of order for playing your golf course because they want to walk their dog. That attitude's got to change. You know, and like I say, I hope it changes before somebody gets seriously hurt, because it could be life or death. When you look at the numbers, look at what the PGA lads are getting. There's lads out there hitting it. You know, I watch Instagram, you follow social media, there's lads out there on the track, man, the launch monitors, 110, 120 miles an hour. If that hits you, it's going to hurt, if not be catastrophic, and I don't want that for anybody. So please, if you are one of them that goes out, please check where you are, watch where you are, be respectful, be safe, please. Now, this was the other one I watched this weekend, and again, it was unbelievable. I couldn't believe the LPGA Tour. It was the Cognizant Founders Cup. I put it on Saturday night because I managed to get some coverage. It was a 2-horse race on Saturday. Rose Zhang, Madeline Sagstrom, so far ahead. Wow. You know, it really was a 2-horse race. Rose Zhang was the one who won in the end. There was some phenomenal golf. Them two were playing a different league. But again, just to put it in context, Rose Zhang won at -24, Madeline Sagstrom -22. Third place was Gabriella Ruffles at -9. It shows the level. Now, the reason I was excited, our good friend Nelly Corder was going for a 6P. Can she win 6 in 6? 6 wins in her 6 starts. Never been done before. She put up a valiant display. She finished tied 7th at -7. She had a bad weekend, really. She was in contention. She slipped back Saturday. Slipped back. Now, obviously, I think some of it was probably the pressure, the fatigue. What a phenomenal thing, you know. But to finish tied 7th, it's not bad, is it? You know, 5 wins, your 6 when you finish top 10. I think most people, we would definitely take it. Unbelievable performance. Then we have the PGA Champions Tour. Now, as you know, I love the seniors golf. I think it's absolutely brilliant. I was talking to a friend of mine about this the other day, that he was saying the same. Absolutely love it. Now, the PGA Champions Tour, it was the region's tradition. Doug Barron seems to be in a bit of rich vein of form. Finished at -17. Stephen Alker finished at -15. Some great golf being played. Absolutely brilliant. But literally, the bigger news for me, just before we came on air, as you know, I'm a big fan of Greg Chalmers, the Greggy. He tweeted he's qualifying for the US Senior Open tomorrow, and we here at Tall Golf wish you all the best, Greg. We hope you qualify. We hope you get over that line. Come on. We'd love to see the Greggy at the US Senior Open. Really would. I absolutely love senior golf. I think it's a great atmosphere, it's great golf, there's great creativity, shot making. It's absolutely brilliant. And you have a wide range of players. Stuart Sink had a good finish. Stuart Sink still competes on the PGA Tour, but weren't good enough on the Champions. That's the level it's at, that's the quality of field. It's absolutely brilliant. Bernard Langer had an injury, he's working his way back. It's absolutely brilliant. I love seniors golf. I can't speak highly enough about it. I really can't. I wish there were more. I really do, because it's great. There's creativity, the shot shaping, the way some of them, due to injuries, due to old age, have to now swing the club. Unbelievable. It's absolutely brilliant. If you've got any questions, please drop them in. But our big breaking news, unfortunately, the golf days had to be cancelled for the end of May. As I say, I know lads have entered it. We've had a lot of entries. I'm going to roll you over. I might do a draw, just take you somewhere, we'll have a game of golf. Hopefully, it'll be rearranged in August. We can all make it. We can have a good day out. It is a great day. Like I say, it's the right decision. The course isn't up for it. The pro doesn't want berating. He doesn't want to obviously ruin it for the golfers. He wants to keep it the great day that it is. He's pushed it back to August. As I know more, I will let you know more. Now, our big story, obviously, we're on to our second major of the year. The PGA Championship at Valhalla Golf Club. Rory won here back in 2014. It's a great course. Tiger, I believe, has shot 62 today in practice, which gives me a lot of excitement. I am really excited by this. Now, as you know, the PGA used to be in August, and a few years ago they moved it back to, I believe, its original slot in May. I actually prefer it back in August. I think it spread the season a little bit. I feel now the major season's very condensed. You've got April, May, June, July, done. I know you've got the playoffs on the FedEx Cup, but I feel with everything going on with Liv, it needs it wanted spreading a little bit. I liked it in August. This year we have got the Olympics. Again, there were a lot of players who are withdrawing. Is it going to be the spectacle it should be? I don't think it is, unfortunately. So to me, let's spread the majors out a little bit. There's always been the argument, why not take maybe a tennis model of move them around the world? I'm not against that. When three of them are in America, one of them's in the UK, it does seem a little bit, sort of marketed at one end. Why not put one in Australia? Why not put maybe one in South Africa or Central Europe? Move them around a little bit. It doesn't always have to be based at one, but it is. Can't change that. I'm not going to change that. It's just my opinion. But the main man, Scotty Scheffler's our favourite, coming in at 4-1. Rory's next at 7-1. Then Xander Schauffele at 14-1. This is interesting for me. Brooks Koepka, John Rahm, Ludwig Åberg are next at 16-1. I thought Brooks Koepka, having won last week on Liv, he's just motoring, he's defending champion. We know when it comes to a major, Brooks goes to a different level altogether. I actually thought Brooks could have been second favourite. I'm quite surprised he's down in a tie for 5th. I did think he'd be higher, tie for 4th, sorry. I thought he'd be higher. I really did. So it surprised me a little bit when he wasn't. Interesting though, Michael Block, if you remember the Block party, last year he was a revelation at the PGA. He was a local pro who qualified. He made the cut, he'd never made the cut, he made the cut, and his attitude, his demeanour, he just loved being there. He was taking it all in. He played with Justin Rose, he played with Rory in the final round, made a hole in one. It giving him, he earned enough to get back this year. He didn't have to qualify this year, he'd qualified through his place. So he's there again. He's at 2,000-1 though. It'd be great to see Michael do well again. It really would. I just think it's a long shot. Interesting though, Phil Mickelson. Been a bit quiet, but he won it a few years back at Keir Island. Showed he could still compete. He's 250-1. As I mentioned before, Tiger shot 62 today, I believe, in practice. He's also 250-1, which is really interesting. Keep your eyes out on our social media, because I will be releasing who I think my 5 are. Every major I always pick 5 players to see who is going to do what. I'm generally quite good at the golf and the majors. I generally do okay. I did alright at the Masters. I think I made about a £9 profit. I know it's not a lot, but I'm not a gambler and I don't endorse gambling. Bit of fun. I am struggling to look past my 2 early ones. Are Scotty Scheffler, Brooks Koepka. I am struggling to look past them 2 at the minute. I don't think Rory will do it. Yes, he had a great win. I just think there's too much expectation on him now. It's his 10th year. His last win was at this course. I feel the pressure. I can't see it. I hope I'm wrong. I would love Rory to win another major. I just don't see it. Xander Schauffele, as I say, I think he's been put on a pedestal. Don't think he's quite good enough. That's my opinion. I'm not slagging the lad. I just don't think he's quite good enough to get over the line. Who I picked though, Ludwig Åberg, I think he's riding a wave. I think what he did at the Masters, people have maybe, he's not done a lot since. John Rahm, I would never write John Rahm out at the majors. He's not having a bad season on Live. He's obviously not had the win yet. But would you write John Rahm out? I would not write John Rahm off. I really wouldn't. I think you'd be stupid to. Couple of other players. I thought Ricky Fowler interesting. I think I saw him at 125 to 1. He was third here last time it was here. He's been trending in the right direction. I think Ricky needs to get over the line. I think he's good enough. He needs to do it. Will he? I'm not convinced. I need to have a real look. It's probably going to be tonight and tomorrow's job to have a look. And then I will release who I think my 5 picks are for the PGA Championship. Obviously, let me know who yours are. Either comment on my Instagram post or my social media post, or let us know in the comments who you think could win the PGA Championship. Be great to hear what you, the viewer, think. See now, let's go back, see if we've got any questions. No, I definitely agree, Amy. You definitely don't want a golf ball whacking you on the head. It's not very nice. I've been hit once or twice across my career. Fortunately, I've never had anything too serious, but it's not nice. I have seen people flat out where they've been hit, and it's really not that nice. So come on, let us know. Let us know who you think's going to win the PGA Championship. I'm going so far. I've got Scotty, I've got Brooks. I'm still erring on the caution of one or two of the others. Let me know who you think. Come on, guys, let us know who you think's going to win the PGA Championship. Throw some names at me. Or if you've got any other golf-related questions or anything like that you want to get off your chest or ask, please, please, please just drop it in the chat. If you can't, whatever reason, drop it in the comments afterwards. I'll do my best to answer as always. We are massive on viewer interaction, and if you've not already, make sure you like, share and subscribe. I've been busy filming these last couple of weeks. We've got some great content coming out. I can't wait for it to come out. I hope you, the viewer, enjoy it the same. I'm not saying too much because it is going to be a great series I'm doing. I'm actually going to be doing 2 series. One's 18 hole, one's 9 hole. The 9 hole one, once we get it up and running, I may give you, the viewer, the chance to be involved. So make sure you've hit that subscribe button to stay up to date. Amy Lou is going Scotty. Laura's going Brooks. I do think it's out of them two. I do think somebody will come out the pack. Normally the PGA Championship does. I were fancying Justin Thomas. He's been a bit out of form, but it's in his home state. He's won the PGA Championship twice before. The only 2 majors he's won. Can he get it done? I think he could be maybe my outsider is JT. I'm not fully convinced yet. Like I said, I need to really go and do my studying. But I am leaning probably 3 of my picks now. He's Scotty, Brooks, probably JT. I'm thinking I probably will back Tiger because I always do, and I know my wife will be what you're wasting your money for, but I do. It's something about Tiger Woods. I've got the hats. I can't wait for Sunday Red to launch in the UK. I'm going to have to pick some of that up. I'm going to have to. I'm quite intrigued to see who. I'm trying to think, is there anybody else standing out? Wyndham Clark, I'm not convinced. Max Homer, I'm not convinced. Hideki Matsuyama's not had a bad season, you know. He could be one I could look at. He's steady, won the Masters, not done a lot really, but he's steady. He won earlier in the year. Trying to think who else have we got. There's no one jumping out at me currently. But I am excited for this. Valhalla is a great course, really is. I can remember it from 2014, and I remember it being a great course. There were a lot of ups and downs that day. If I remember correctly, I think Phil had the lead, I think Ricky had the lead, Rory come firing back. It was brilliant. The 18th par 5, if I remember correctly, there's water either up the middle or through the middle, and you sort of pick which side and then go for the green. I think it's got a lot of risk and reward from what I can remember. I think it's going to be a great major, I really do. And then, of course, the US Open's not far behind, middle of June at Pinehurst. I think that could be a really, really good major. I think that, again, could give us a really good winner. Martin Keimer won the last time from Norway, but he played phenomenal golf. I remember him putting a short game masterclass on, putting it anywhere just off the green, just took putter, knocked it close, tapped it in. Didn't do a lot wrong. Have we got any more questions? Anyone want to ask anything? Okay. I've been the Tall Golfer. Thank you so much for watching. Apologies for our technical difficulties.